Trump sues Rupert Murdoch and a COVID shakeup at the FDA. It's 5 in 10 from SkyWatchTV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Item number 5 today, the FDA. The US Food and Drug Administration quietly granted full approval to Moderna's mRNA COVID-19 injection for children, while Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy was on vacation without his knowledge or consent. As head of the department overseeing the FDA, he should have been in the loop, should have been informed, especially when you're dealing with something as politically sensitive and scientifically contentious as the need for this particular type of vaccine for healthy children as young as 6 months. Back on July 10th, Moderna announced that the FDA had approved the supplemental biologics license application for its mRNA vaccine called SpikeVax for children 6 months through 11 years. This was made despite the admission of Moderna's own scientists that there are, quote, unacceptable toxicity, end quote, levels in mRNA vaccines, and that, quote, lipid nanoparticle structural compounds or components, production methods, route of administration, and proteins produced from complex mRNAs all present toxicity concerns, end quote. Those are sort of like the side effects they read really fast on the pharmaceutical commercials on TV. Anyway, again, emphasizing this was made without the knowledge or consent of Secretary Kennedy. Well, according to multiple sources, neither Kennedy nor his Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephanie Spears, were briefed or consulted ahead of the decision. This is disturbing, but apparently this is a problem that Secretary Kennedy has since addressed. He has fired 2 top deputies at the Department of Health and Human Services, Heather Flick Melanson, Kennedy's Chief of Staff, and Hannah Anderson, the Deputy Chief of Staff of Policy. They are out, according to Dr. Robert Malone, who was the inventor of mRNA technology and who has been arguing against its use in humans. Said that shortly after Kennedy and Spears returned, a major reorganization of HHS leadership ensued. Anderson was walked off the premises and was apparently so upset that she crashed her car into the secretary's government-provided vehicle. Doesn't sound like she didn't resign. She was escorted off the property. So while the end around that FDA did behind Kennedy's back is disturbing, it is encouraging that he appears not to be willing to tolerate this sort of insubordination. And yesterday, Secretary Kennedy, Marty McCary, and Jay Bhattacharya of HHS and FDA announced that the COVID vaccine has been removed from the recommended schedule of vaccines for healthy children and pregnant women. So that is encouraging. Item number 4 today, Trump and Epstein. The Wall Street Journal last week embarrassed itself with yet another hyped-up Trump-Epstein bombshell that turned out to be nothing more than a birthday card that Trump allegedly sent to Epstein back in 2003. The evidence is missing, has not been provided. President Trump has denied writing it, said, I don't write that way, I don't speak that way, I don't draw the kind of cartoons that are supposedly inside the card. And he had threatened to sue Rupert Murdoch, the owner of the Wall Street Journal, as well as Fox News, and that lawsuit has now been filed. A $10 billion libel suit filed in federal court in Florida against the Wall Street Journal's publisher, Dow Jones, the reporters who wrote the story, News Corp, and Rupert Murdoch himself. Now, one of the co-authors of this Wall Street Journal report, Joe Palazzolo, previously wrote for a report called Maine Justice. That was founded by Mary Jacoby. Mary Jacoby is the wife of Glenn Simpson, the founder of Fusion GPS. Fusion GPS is an opposition research company. They're the guys you hire to dig up dirt on political opponents. Fusion GPS is the company behind the debunked Steele dossier and Russia collusion hoax back in 2016. Both Simpson and Jacoby both previously worked at the Wall Street Journal themselves. Add to this fact that The story dropped last week, just as Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was preparing to release the declassified documents showing, in her words, overwhelming evidence of treasonous activity by the Obama White House in using the information by Fusion GPS, by the FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, to try to kneecap the incoming president, politically speaking. It's all very coincidental, wouldn't you say? I mean, if you're a coincidence theorist, needless to say, the corporate media is paying a lot more attention to the Epstein story without evidence than to the evidence that's been declassified about the collusion behind the scenes between the Obama White House and the Clinton campaign to smear Donald Trump. We would expect nothing else from the corporate media. Topic number 3, another Biden boondoggle. According to a recently published story by the New York Post, the Biden administration played a major role in the push to electrify the fleet of vehicles operated by the United States Postal Service. According to a press release from the USPS back in 2022, they expected to acquire at least 66,000 battery electric delivery vehicles by the year 2028. But like Pete Buttigieg's EV charging stations, which cost about $1 billion each, Kamala Harris's $42 billion rural internet hookup that connected exactly 0 rural internet customers, or her $1 billion solar plan for Puerto Rico that resulted in a few installations, Biden's green USPS plan has been a disaster. Thus far, the United States Postal Service has spent about $1.7 billion of the money allocated for it and received in return 250 electric mail trucks. Bear in mind that by 2028, they're supposed to get 66,000. They've got 250 so far, just over 2 years into the plan, which means if, and this is a big if Congress can manage to claw back the remaining $1.3 billion from the $3 billion allocated for this plan, each one of these 250 electric mail trucks will have cost the United States taxpayers $6.8 million apiece. And at the rate of 125 a year, it'll be the year 2553. 2553 before all 66,000 are delivered to the U.S. Postal Service. Well done, President Biden. Well done. Topic number 2, AI and speaking in tongues. Apparently some Pentecostals and charismatics are taking part in the ChatGPT Tongues Challenge. The people record themselves speaking in their prayer language, speaking in tongues, and then they upload it to ChatGPT and ask it to translate. In one case, a user claimed ChatGPT translated someone's prayer language and interpreted it as ancient Sumerian that it somehow understood, which would be incredible given that Sumerian hasn't been a spoken language on planet Earth in more than 3,000 years. Is it possible that this would even work? One advocate said on their TikTok channel, hey, look, if God can speak to people through dreams, a donkey, a burning bush, not to mention the prophets, then why not use technology? Okay, I suppose that's true, but let's take that a step further. Think this through. If fallen angels and demons can likewise speak to people through dreams and, say, a serpent, mind-altering substances, is it not also possible that these entities might speak to us through technology? And how would we know the difference? For even Satan masquerades as an angel of light. Let me ask it this way. In what way is seeking information from the unseen realm from an artificial intelligent chatbot, how is that different from using a Ouija board? I recommend against it. Coming up, saving the Earth apparently is trickier than astrophysicists thought. That's next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can support the ministry of SkyWatchTV and our continued efforts to share the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the 4 corners of the world and receive your very own copy of this incredible masterpiece when you order the Liberty Code special offer. Not only does this incredible opportunity include Tyler Gilreath's new book, The Liberty Code, How the Founders' Secret Writings Expose the UFO Agenda and the Coming Alien Crisis, but it also includes Tyler Gilreath's best-selling book, Gate of the Gods, Revelation, the Messiah, and the Second Coming of Babylon. Few books in the Bible inspire wonder and debate like Revelation. Dragons, beasts, warring angels, a new heaven and earth. But what if we've been reading it all wrong? Are the four horsemen Babylonian gods? Is Jesus waging war on the powers of old? Could the new heavens and earth be God's final blow to Babylon's ancient king? The mystery is ancient. The clues are real, and now it's all revealed. But that's not all. This incredible special offer also includes The Secret Destiny of America Revealed. This 2-hour documentary on DVD features the legendary Dr. Thomas Horn as he reveals who the God on America's Great Seal and U.S. $1 bill really is. Why 72 pentagrams in the Capitol Dome are used to control the ancient cosmocrators who rule the nations. The coming incarnation of Antichrist, and much, much more. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of over $65. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can support the ministry of SkyWatch TV and help us continue spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ right now by scanning the QR code on your screen, using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Liberty Code special offer right now.
Item number one today. Bruce Willis in Armageddon made it look so easy. They just needed to get the charge down so many feet. Once they got it, boom, the incoming killer asteroid was split in two, missed the Earth, everything was fine. But it's not quite that simple. You remember a few years ago when NASA dove a spacecraft full tilt into an asteroid, which deflected its course a little bit. They said this was proof of concept of a planetary defense system. Relatively cheap and easy planetary defense system. Well, astronomers at the University of Maryland found that a surprising burst of rocky debris during the DART mission carried more than 3 times the momentum of the incoming spacecraft. In other words, more energy of from the fragments in their momentum than the incoming spacecraft had. According to Tony Fardham, who's the lead author of the study, said, quote, "Our research shows that while the direct impact of the DART spacecraft caused this change in trajectory, the boulders ejected gave an additional kick that was almost as big. That additional factor changes the physics we need to consider when planning these types of missions," end quote. So I only got a C- in college physics, but even I can tell that this is not good news for coming up with an easy solution to redirecting an extinction-level asteroid on a collision course with planet Earth. It's back to the drawing board. This week on SkyWatch TV, we're talking about outer space, actually the UFO phenomenon, and the strange connections between the founding fathers of the United States. What did Washington, Jefferson, Madison, what did they know, and when did they know it? And why should we today paying attention to this? Tyler Gilreath, he's a solid researcher and a good Christian man. This is not ancient astronaut sort of thing. It's about his new book, The Liberty Code. Very thought-provoking, to say the least. You can watch the program right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. You can also watch it over the air. Our broadcast schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. Now, we will broadcast on your schedule. All you need to do is add the SkyWatch TV channel to your set-top box or smart TV, whether it's Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, even Google TV or Android TV. If you go to their app store, look for the SkyWatch TV channel, install it, and we'll be there when you click the remote. We're also on the internet. If you want to go to YouTube, it's at SkyWatch Television. Please subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit that like button, and please leave your comments below each episode. You can also find us at rumble.com/SkyWatchTV, or download our free app to your smartphone or tablet. We've got versions for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets, and we have links to their app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. This weekend, Sharon and I will be in Ohio. We invite you to join us in the Dayton, Ohio area for the Go Therefore conference. This is like it's like a family reunion every year. Dr. Mike Spalding puts on this conference. He's one of the featured speakers, along with our good friend, Pastor Carl Gallups. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny was just on her program this past week. Vicki Joy Anderson, David Hevner, Pastor Casper McLeod, Kenny C., Tom Dunn, and of course Sharon and me, and we invite you to join us there. It's at the Harvest Revival Center in Brookville, Ohio, which is suburban Dayton. You can attend in person. Oh, I forgot, Dr. Igal German, the CEO of the International Biblical Apologetics Association. Fascinating guy with a fascinating story. Attend in person or stream the video online if you can't be there. Streaming video, just $39. In-person attendance, $59. If you want to do both, you can save $10 and find out more. Sign up online at gothereforeconference.com. That's gothereforeconference.com. In August, we invite you to the Ozarks. Join us for the Remnant Rising Conference in Springfield, Missouri. That's August 22nd through 24th. Just about all of us from SkyWatch TV will be there. Joe Ardis Horn, the host of SkyWatch TV. Donna Howell, Nita Horn, Sharon, and me. That's pretty much all of us. You can join us and our good friends Mondo de la Vega, Jamie Walden, Vicki Joy Anderson, and more. Dave Hodges hosted the Common Sense show, and a couple of guys with really, really intriguing and powerful testimonies. Kevin Shipp, former CIA operative, and Nathan Reynolds, who's been getting a lot of traction on social media here lately because of his testimony. You can attend in person or stream the video online. You can find out more at hearthewatchmen.com. But wait, save $20. Save $20 by using promo code SkyWatch20, SkyWatch20. That'll save you $20. And Hear the Watchmen will donate $20 to Whispering Ponies Ranch. So please do that. Use the promo code SkyWatch20 when you check out at hearthewatchmen.com. And in October, Sharon and I will be back in Israel, October 19th through 30th of 2025, taking you on a tour that is like no other, visiting megalithic sites that most archaeologists working in Israel don't even know about. Places like Gilgal Rephaim and its sister site on the bank of the Jordan River, close to the Sea of Galilee. That's where we think Jesus was baptized. We will tell you why. We'll also take you to the places you want to see. Hey, we'll show you the red heifers at Shiloh, Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, the Mount of Olives, the Old City, City of David, Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, a first century working recreation of Nazareth, and much more. Get a complete look at the itinerary and more details, and a place to reserve your seat on the bus at gilberthouse.org/travel. That's gilberthouse.org/travel. You follow 5 and 10 online. We're at X at 5_in_10. On YouTube at 5in10. Please subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications. Hit that like button. Leave your comments below. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 and 10 from SkyWatch TV.